The plot hole is the point. Today's episode, the substance. Now, a little while ago, somebody told me that the plot hole is the point isn't a very effective way to find out themes. So what do I mean by the plot hole is the point? Okay, so a lot of people will point out a plot hole and I'll just think, yeah, that plot hole is the point of the story. Congratulations, you stumbled upon the concept of a theme. And somebody told me that wasn't a very effective way to find out the themes of the story. You kind of have to already know the themes of the story for this to work. So I'm going to give 3 different ways for the plot hole to lead you to the point, all through the substance. If you haven't seen the substance, you are missing out. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know anyone who I can recommend this movie to. Okay, so it's a body horror movie, and so a lot of people are uncomfortable with that, but it's also a movie about sexuality. It's not about sex, but it is about sex appeal, and a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. And between those two groups, I don't know who to recommend this movie to, but it's great. Oh my gosh, the cinematography alone is incredible. The sound design is easily the best sound design of 2024, and that's in a year with a Quiet Place movie in it. Sorry, I am getting distracted. This is not a video about why the substance is great. This is a video about the plot hole is the point. So, there's 3 different ways to approach this. Option 1, yes, they should have done that thing. They should have filled that plot hole. The fact that they didn't is the point of the story. Things like, why didn't Isildur just throw the One Ring into Mount Doom? Yeah, that's the point of the story, is that the ring is a metaphor for corruption and temptation and addiction. In the substance, it's, why doesn't Sue have a last name? And yeah, Sue should have a last name. That's the point. The fact that she doesn't is important, because the filmmakers want to remind us that Sue is merely an extension of Elizabeth, and they want to remind you that this is a movie. And it's more of a fairy tale than it is a fully immersive world where everything makes sense. They want you to ask, why didn't the filmmakers give Sue a last name? So that you are thinking about the filmmakers and the message the filmmakers are trying to give, not thinking about the world. But on the topic of the world, option 2 is, yeah, that plot hole has an explanation. And that explanation is the point of the story. Things like, why didn't the Eagles just fly the Fellowship to Mordor? Yeah, the fact that the Eagles are not a taxi service is kind of the point of the story. The Lord of the Rings is a story about how we interact with nature in an increasingly industrialized world. In a world with taxis, should we use the Eagles as a taxi service? And if so, when? In the absolute worst case scenario, should we? In the case of the substance, it's, how does Elizabeth have this nice of an apartment on the salary of an aerobics instructor? And there is actually an explanation in the movie, and that explanation is the point of the movie. She doesn't have this apartment on the salary of an aerobics instructor. She has it on the salary of a former glorified Hollywood Walk of Fame A-list actress. She's essentially the former Tom Cruise. It's not confirmed in the movie, but I've been assuming that she is living off the royalties. That she is literally living off the memory of when people used to love her because she was young and beautiful. That's the point of the movie, is that she feels like nobody loves her anymore and she's not useful anymore because she's not young and beautiful anymore. That's the point of the movie, that we treat women like they're not valuable anymore once they're not young and beautiful anymore. And then there's the third option. The filmmakers didn't care about it, so what does that tell you about their priorities? In the case of The Lord of the Rings, how do the Yodakai know what a menu is? In the commentary, the filmmakers say that they spent a really long time arguing about it, and then they said, you know what? We're just gonna go with it, and we're gonna leave it in and not care about it. In the case of the substance, how is there snow in Los Angeles? Clearly, the filmmakers didn't care about that. So what does that tell you about what they do care about? They care about giving you a reminder of the passage of time. Time is passing in Hollywood. Time is passing Elizabeth by, and time is passing for all of us. And what will we do with it when we are old and grown? So the next time you notice a plot hole in a movie, ask yourself, what could this be illuminating for me? Might the plot hole be the point? Follow me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Rednote at Movies and Heists for more movie love. You can get these videos a week early and help fund my movie at patreon.com/moviesandheists. Special thanks to these patrons for helping to fund my movie.